Now, how many of you know about Jordan Peterson here? Hands up. Do you know about Jordan Peterson? Yeah? Okay, cool. If you don't know who Jordan Peterson is, he is an academic from Canada, and he's a bloke who has become very popular in big parts of the world because he is a straight shooter, and he is somebody in academia who is willing to call bullshit on much of the wokeness of academia. Here's a conversation that he had with The Outsiders a little while ago here on Sky News.
There is no evidence whatsoever that unconscious bias retraining programs have any beneficial effect whatsoever. And there's some evidence that they actually have the reverse effect, because it turns out that people actually don't like being accused of being implicitly racist and having to undergo forced retraining. There's everything about that idea is not only bad, but wrong.
And of course, like most who talk truth to power, we're labelled crazies or far right or unhinged or conspiracy theorists. Of course, we all consider it to be common sense, or the way that the world has always worked and should work into the future, because it's worked pretty well to this point in time. Well, he announced today that he is going to have another book. It'll be available for sale tomorrow. This was a surprise announcement that he made on YouTube.
The order we strive to impose on the world can rigidify as a consequence of ill-advised attempts to eradicate from consideration all that is unknown. When such attempts go too far, totalitarianism threatens, driven by the desire to exercise full control where such control is not possible, even in principle.
What do any normal people find problematic about what he just said? It's all common sense, it's all obvious. The normal people buckle at the concept that they are inherently racist because somehow, if you haven't admitted it already, that's because you are hiding it. And he quite understandably says that when you try to force people to a social resolution, they buckle it. So in his new book, he talks about how we need to step back from these sensitivity trainings, this brainwashing that happens at the corporate level, at the political level, at the educational level. Common sense stuff. But where do you think the opposition is coming from his latest book? Is it coming from idiots on Twitter? Sure. Is it coming from the activists who are pissed off that he calls BS on their games? You bet. But what if I told you that the people who work for the publishing company that are putting out his book are the ones who are leading the protest? Because that's happening right now. Right now. At Penguin, Random House, junior staffers, surprise, surprise, want the book pulled. They are saying, among other things, that, quote, he is an icon of hate speech and transphobia, bullshit, bullshit, and the fact that he's an icon of white supremacy, regardless of the content of his book. These are people who publish books, who are saying, get rid of this book. I am not proud to work for a company that publishes them. A junior employee who is a member, of course, of the alphabet community, who attended the town hall, spoke to Vice News. Now, we can live in the most comfortable, wonderful parts of the world, where really the only thing to bitch about might be the humidity right now. But make no mistake, we have people amongst us who want to censor what you can see, what you can read, what you can say, and what you can think. They will get together in parliaments to push through laws that you know are wrong, that you will have to pay for. But the powerful demand them, so you just have to do your bit as a citizen, which is shut up and pay. Well, who knew that common sense would be the code word for the resistance? Who knew that the resistance wasn't the people who haven't had a bath for a few weeks and protest every now and then, but it's normal people who try. Those who risk, those who believe, and those who love their country. But resistance, alas, we now are. We will never give it up. We will never give the fight up. And yes, eventually, one day, somehow they will get us. But till then, we fight.
a jailer. And asthmatic attack and they withhold the inhaler. If the shoe doesn't fit, what good is a tailor? In the midst of this crisis, please cancel the gala. Without a symphony, there's no need for a prelude to foreshadow what's to come. See, the secret committees commence with their meetings to make red tape in response to simple questions. Questions threaten the perception of a beneficial system or pyramid scheme with its cogs and its pistons. Marginalization of man, making more and more live in a miserable existence. How can so few claim so many victims? And this begs the question. My arrest is a weapon against the oppression of man's obsession to control things. Look at the long line of make-believe kings, and the Lord of the Flies wants you to kiss his ring. Follow new rules with invisible strings and become a puppet in a diabolical scheme. How the good man